Hi, if you're watching this video, it means you want to know how to set up your listing. Whether you're new to Revere or you have multiple listings, you can always use this video as a guideline on how to set up your listing. Let's get right into it. So the first thing you want to do is go to reverehome.io. Once you're there, you're going to want to log in. If you don't already have an account, you can create one. Pause this video and create one if you don't. If you do, log in. Once you've logged in, click Post Listing, located on the top navigation bar. You'll be redirected to this page, and if you're ready, click the red button that says Post a Listing. Also, incomplete listings will also show up here. Now to get started, the first step is going to be general information. This includes your address, land, building information, and more. Click Start when you're ready. The first question is going to be your address, and that's pretty simple. So, your country, your province, your city, and your street address, and if it's applicable, your apartment number or suite number, and your postal code. Once you've entered all the information, click Next. So now you're going to see a map, and on this map will be the location you entered. Make sure it's the correct location. If it isn't, you can always drag the pointer around to the correct location. Notice as when I drag the pointer, it changes the address as well. Drag it to the correct location and confirm. Now it's going to ask you a few questions about your property. So it's going to ask the property type, the ownership type, who owns the property, and a few other questions. If you click on any of the options and you hover your mouse over the additional options, it'll give you a brief description on what it is. If you don't know the exact property type, choose the one that best describes your property. And when you're happy with all these answers, click Next. So now it's going to ask you for some more technical details about your land, starting with your land size, and then your frontage size. Keep in mind the land size is the total size of your property, and the frontage size is just the size of the facade. For us, we're going to put in 5,000 square feet and 200. Make sure the units are in the correct units. As you can see, there's multiple different units for you to choose from. Choose the one that you know how to use. Next, it's going to ask where the property is facing, if it has any landscaping, and the property road type. If you know the answers for these, click Yes, but be sure to know the additional questions that follow. If you don't, you can always click No and edit it later. When you're happy with all your answers, click Next. Now it's going to ask you about the size of this place. Now remember, size of this place is going to be the size of the building. So if you know the size of your building, enter it here. So for us, we'll say 3,500 square feet. And after that, there's a few other questions, starting with floors. Keep in mind your basement is also a floor. So if I have a basement, a main level, and an upper level, I'm going to have 3 floors. For parking spaces, think about a parking space as one stall in a parking lot. So it's enough to fit one car. And also the ones in your garage also count as parking spaces. So we have 4 total parking spaces. After is bedrooms. So first is total amount of bedrooms, and then above ground bedrooms. So we have 2 bedrooms above ground and 1 that is below. And also, now it's bathrooms. So full bathrooms and half bathrooms. A full bathroom has 4 parts: a sink, a shower, a bathtub, and a toilet. So anything less than a full bathroom is considered a half bathroom. So enter your amount of bathrooms and half bathrooms and click Next. So now it's going to ask you for a few more specific details about your building, starting with when your building was built. So for us, we'll say August 2nd, 2010. And after that, it's going to ask you for the building type. And if you're not sure about the building type, you can always choose the one that best describes. So ours is a house. Next, it's going to ask you a few more specific questions. And if you don't know the answers, you can always click No, I don't. But if you do, click Yes. But make sure you know the additional questions. If you don't know the answers to these, just click No. When you've answered all of these questions, Click Next. Great, we're almost done with the first step. Just a few more to go. So the first thing we have to do now is choose a listing name. This is the name that people are going to see. So you want it to be catchy and simple. So you don't want to put something like nice home because that's generic and it doesn't tell people anything. Instead, you might want to say something like beautiful two bedroom home. After that, it's going to ask you for a summary. And in the summary, you want to highlight things about your listing, things that you want people to know. So for my listing, I want people to know that I have an Olympic-sized pool. And also I want people to know that I have 4K TVs. When you're happy with everything, click Next. Congrats! You finished the first step on how to set up your listing. And with that, you finished the first video. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to Revere YouTube for future content and some more guides on how to set up your listing. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.